Captain, on this fragile island barely reminds us that sometimes success comes by the thinnest wave. But even the smallest victory still moves us forward. Meaning 1. Only just by a very small amount. Barely means something happens but almost doesn't, just enough to be true. Example. The ship barely reached the harbor before the storm began. Common use. Barely made it. Barely see. Barely survive. Meaning 2. Almost not. Hardly. Sometimes barely means that something is true only to a very small degree, almost not at all. Example. The lantern was so dim we could barely see the map. Common use. Barely hear, barely understand, barely notice. Meaning 3. Only a short time ago, recently. Sometimes barely means that something happened just a moment before. Example. We had barely left the dock when the wind began to rise. Common use. Barely arrived, barely finished, barely started. Captain, let's test how barely brushes the edge of effort, sight, and time on this delicate island.
They'll speak with grace and code.
3, 2, 1.
They'll speak with grace and code.
3, 2, 1.
They'll speak with grace and code.
3, 2, 1.
Steady as ever, Captain. Even when you barely make it, you still move ahead with grace. Let's sail on to the next island of resilience.